Okay, I got a couple more things to test today. ALLPowers has sent me their SF-100 solar panel. So that's a 100-watt solar panel, and it's flexible, very light. They say it's waterproof. And they also sent out the R600 power station. So I'm gonna test them both out today together and see what they can do. I'll give you my honest review on it. I'm not familiar with their products at all, so we're gonna start playing around with it here in a second and see. What comes with the solar panel is you get these straps, which I guess could be to strap that down somewhere, and then you also get the solar panel connection right here, so you can connect it to the power station with the instructions. So that's all that comes with the solar panel. And then, like I say, it's pretty light. I'm impressed with how light it is, but we're gonna see how it does. We're gonna hook it up in a little bit and see how it does. With the power station, so if you order these together, like as a solar generator, they're gonna ship them out separate. You'll get the solar panel and you'll get the power station separately. They can be shipped separately. But if you get just the power station, all they have is the power cord to plug it back in and recharge it. You don't have any solar connection with it. So let's say if you want to get the power station and you already got a solar panel you want to use with it, you have to get the solar connection to plug it up. So we're gonna play around with them and see what they do. So I'm gonna probably start with this power station. We'll see how to turn it on and how it works and stuff. So it does come with an instruction manual, which if we'll need it, we'll look at it. But right now we're gonna play around with it and see if we can turn it on. I think that's on there. And it looks like it's at 69%. I got a little light, let's see if that works. Okay. Little light, that works. We can get it back off now. Yep. All right, so the light works. So now we're gonna try to start plugging some things in and see. I'm gonna start with the AC side. So this is gonna be it. AC power. Okay, the AC's on and got nothing happening yet. Plug something in. Alright, so now I gotta figure out what I just plugged in. That looks like it's the fan. So we're gonna try this fan with it. Showing 39 watts going out. Actually a little fan emblem up top, not sure what that means. All right, so let's see, that might have been high there. Yeah, that was high. So that's low there. So on low it's pulling 21 watts. Okay, so that worked pretty good. So let's plug the lamp in. So what I want to do in a little bit, once I hook that solar panel up, is I want to see if it's got pass-through charging, which I'm sure it probably does, but we'll make sure that works. All right, so we got the lamp plugged in. Let's see if it comes on. All right, so the lamp and the fan running. And I'm gonna turn this fan all the way up. All right, so 46 watts, that's with the lamp and the fan. And then it's saying at that rate we got 3 hours, so we can run this fan with the lamp for 3 hours. That's the fan on high. Let's turn the fan down to low and see. So now it's saying 4 hours, if you can see that there. And then we'll turn the lamp off. So it's saying 5 hours, and this is at 68%. So once we get it up, charged up to 100%, you know, it's gonna be a lot longer than that with run time. So we'll get up to 100%, and I'll redo that fan and see what it does. It just came out of the box at 68% now. I believe it was 69 when we first started. One other thing I want to try is this. Well, a couple other things. We're gonna try this right here. That works. We're also going to try to plug in this tablet. Let's see. I got a tablet here, which all we can do with this is charge it up because I don't remember what the password was or anything. Let's see. So we're gonna plug the tablet in and see what happens. If I can get it plugged in. There it goes. Looks like it's charging. So, all right. And then it's actually taking 10 watts. Let's see if that's the tablet. Unplug it. Let's have 10 hours. Let's try that again. Yeah. So it's putting out 10 watts to recharge that tablet. So I'm sure it would be the same for the phone. Like I said, it's a useless tablet to us because nobody remembers the password. Okay, so I'm gonna hook up this solar panel to it in a minute and see if we can start charging this thing back up, and we're gonna play around with it. Something else it also has is on top, it has the wireless charging. I don't think this tablet's gonna have it. This is an old tablet, but hey, we'll stick it up there and see what happens. Yeah, it's not working. Or it's not working with this tablet. I'm sure it works, but I'm not going to use my phone. It's saying it put out 15 watts there, so you can just lay your phone or something on top of it and charge it up. This phone would probably do it, but if I put the phone down, then I wouldn't be able to record. All right, so we're going to play around with the solar panel right now in a second. I got one more thing I want to test out before I move it. Is this DC output here. I got just a little vacuum cleaner. It works. So that works, and let's see how many watts it's pulling so I can get that away so you can actually hear me. Yeah, that was pulling 55 watts. And they say the power station overall has a output of 600 watts and a surge of 1200 watts, which is pretty good for a small power station like this. It also says it has the UPS with it. We may test that out. That's where, you know, if your lights go out, it'll automatically swap over whatever you have plugged into it, swap it over without you losing power to it, you know, like a computer or something like that, which we'll try it out with something later on to see if that works. All right. Okay, so I have the SF-100 plugged in. It's going in that window right there. I just got it leaned up on its side. It is flexible, but surprisingly, it leans up pretty good. I was worried it might have been too flexible for that, but it's leaning pretty good. I might have it too much of a lean on it. I'm gonna try it in different positions, but we're gonna go inside and see what kind of power we're bringing in with it. So the connection for the power station to recharge it, it's all on the side here. Everything's right there. Has a reset button and the connection, and so it's just gonna plug in right there. So we'll get that plugged in if I can keep it from falling over. All right, so we plugged in. So let's spin this around and let's see. I hear it making some noise. Let's see what kind of power we got coming in. Pretty good. We got 75 watts coming in, and that's on a 100 watt panel. And I just stuck, you seen how I had it sticking out there. I just stuck it up there. I may play around with it and see if I can get a little bit better. And it's saying it'll be recharged in 1 hour. Now this power station has a max input of 220 watts with solar. So, and they're advertising that it should recharge, you know, if you're getting the max in, the 220 watts within 1.5 to 2 hours. So with just a 100 watt solar panel, we got 75 watts coming in, which I'd say that's pretty good for me just sticking it up there and trying it out. So now we're gonna try to do some pass-through charging with it. And we're gonna see, I'm gonna just let it keep charging as we're doing it. I'm gonna get those things over there, get them back and plug them in, and we're gonna see what it does. Okay, so we have the fan plugged in, got it on low. We got the lamp plugged in, and then I am recharging the useless tablet. All right, so we're charging those up, and we still have 73 watts coming in, and we have 39 watts going out. So it does have pass-through charging. As you can see right there to the right, it'll clear up right under the 39 watt output. It says recharge, so it is recharging while it's putting out power at the same time, which is a good thing. So yeah, we could run this fan and this lamp right now and have it recharging at the same time, which is pretty good. So yeah, I'm impressed with that. Most of them's going to have that these days, but I know some of the older ones didn't. But this one has pass-through charging. So all right, and then the connection for the connection you would need. Let's say if you already got a power station, I mean you already got a solar panel and you're wanting to get this power station to go with it. That's an MC4 to a, turn that light on there. It's an MC4 to an XT60 connection that connects, and like I said, that just connects on the side. It's a, yeah, XT60 connection right there. So your MC4, the solar panel is the MC4 that's connected out there. I'm gonna play around with the solar panel a little bit and see if I can get over that 75 watts that we was getting earlier. We're getting 73 now. I'm just gonna try some different positions and see what we can do with it. And now I just have it laying flat on this table, so it is totally flat laid out. And something that's a little bit different is the solar connections are in the front of the solar panel. On a lot of them they're on the back, but I'm not sure about with these flexibles. I guess maybe they're on the front. So we're gonna go inside and see if this helps or hurts. I would think it's not gonna be getting as good. We're gonna try this position and then we'll try a couple more. Yeah, with the solar panel laying flat, now we're only getting 50 watts. So we lost about 25 watts. So I'm gonna get out there and try another position with it and we'll see what that does. All right, so we have this. It's not as near as the angle that it was when it was sitting on top of the, watch it hero, sitting on top of the table. But we're fixing to try it out at this angle here. I would think this is probably gonna get the better results, but we'll go in there and see. All right, at that, what I was thinking was gonna be the better angle. It's actually only bringing in 68 watts, so it's not as good as the first angle I had it set up at. Also, I do know like sometimes on these solar panels, as they warm up, they're not as efficient. So it's done been out there a few minutes, so it, you know, maybe when I first set it out there, might have gave it a little advantage also. So now we're bringing in 68 watts at that position there. I may put it back at the original position and we'll just see what it does there. And then I'm going to try to do the dual charging with this power station. I'm going to charge it with the solar and plug it into the wall at the same time, and we're going to see if it does that. Okay, we back at the steeper angle that I originally had it set at, and it is bringing in 72 watts. So it likes that steeper angle for sure. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it for being so light and flexible. Pretty impressed with the little solar panel. All right, so now we're gonna try the dual charging with this power station. Okay, I have the solar power coming in, charging it up, and also I have it plugged into the wall outlet. And we're bringing in 307 watts combined. They do say it has a fast charge of 400 watts, which we're not getting that right now. So let's unplug the power and see, going back just to the solar. Yeah, there we go, we're back to the 71 watts. So it does have dual charging, so you can charge it up with the solar. Plug it back in now. There, kicking the inverter kick back on, and see how it starts going up. All right, so I'm gonna let this thing fully charge. At this rate, it's saying it's gonna be charged in 36 minutes. So I'm gonna let it fully charge, and then I'm gonna play around and see how the UPS system works. We'll plug something in and see if we can get that function to work for us. Okay, so while it's charging, I'm gonna show the specs for these things. This is for the solar panel. Right here, you can see it's 100 watts. It's gonna be your max input. 30.6 will be your VOC. It's all your specs right there for the solar panel. And then we're gonna look at the power station. So this is the power station right here. You can see it weighs 12 pounds, 12.30 pounds. Go to the next page. It is a 299 watt watt-hour capacity. And then here's the other information right here, and you can probably just pause the video if you need to look at it better. So that's the specs with it. Okay, it's been a change of plans. I now have a heater hooked up to this thing because I want to run the battery down a little bit more, because to put it in fast mode, you can put it up to 400 watts to come in. So I just want to get the battery down below that 80% mark and see if I can put it in fast mode, but fast charger mode. But to do that, I have to have the app. So I had to download the app so I can swap over to that. Right now it's just on standard mode for charging, which is a max of 300 watts. So we're going to let this heater run it down, and actually it's going pretty good with the heater. This thing is a max of 600 watts out, and then that heater is pulling 520 watts right there. And it has a surge of 1200 watts. So we're going to see if this gets down to about 75% or whatever. And if we have trouble with the heater, I'll let you know, but I'm gonna let this keep running until we get it to about 75%, and then we'll try to do some fast charging with this thing, see if we can get the 400 watts out of the wall, charging it up. So we'll be right back. All right, so we down to 75%, and as you can see, that heater's been pulling 500 watts the whole time. Saying at that rate, we can actually run that heater for 23 minutes. I would not recommend running a heater with a power station this small, and I've done it with bigger ones, and these heaters suck up the power pretty quick. But I just want to get the battery down, so now we're down to 74%. We're going to play around with the fast charging. So what I'm going to do now is kill that heater. So the heater is off, and then I'm going to plug it back into the wall, and then we're going to try to do some fast charging with it. For me to do that, I'm going to have to get into the app, so I'll have to get off the phone for a second. So I'll be right back. I'm going to set it up. Like I said, right now it's in standard mode, which is a max charge of 300 watts. So let's see if it does that. I don't have, as you can see, I disconnected the solar. We're not charging with solar right now. We're just charging with the wall. And we are charging 314 watts. And there's also a lower charger mode, which is a max of 100 watts. So I may play around with both of them. I may do the lower and the max at 400 watts. So let me swap it over on my phone, and then we'll see how it does. All right, so we have it on fast charger mode, and we're bringing in 410 watts. And at 75% in 28 minutes, it should be charged. So we're gonna let that fully charge, and then we'll try the UPS system out. Okay, I do have it in the quiet mode charging now. I also have the solar hooked back up, and we're bringing in 148 watts. And when we unhook the solar, let's see what we got. Now without the solar, you had 115 watts. And then I'm pretty sure we're bringing in a lot more watts on that solar than it's showing. So all right, so now we got the solar plugged back in, and I'm fixing to unplug it from the wall. So that's showing 172 watts there. So maybe we don't have that many watts coming in on solar right now. Let's see. We got 77 watts coming in with the solar. So you would think we would have at least 177 watts coming in when we plug the power cord back in, which we're going to do. Give the inverter a second to kick on. Yeah, so it's using both the solar and the power, but I guess it's probably using more solar than power for the wall. I'm not really sure, but you know, my math says it should be 177 watts when I plug that power cord in. But with them together, we just pull in 146 watts. Not sure which one's pulling more power. I mean, which one's cutting down on the power, if it's out of the wall or out of the solar. Not really sure, but it is dual charging. So there, and that is on the quiet, what they call in the quiet mode, which is supposed to be 100 watts of charging from the wall. Unplug the solar again. And now we're going, this is straight from the wall, so we're getting 115 watts from that. All right, So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna get this thing fully charged and we're gonna move on to something else. Okay, I have it 99% charged back up, and I am running that fan again. I know earlier I said I was gonna see how long it would run that fan at 99%. The fan on high is saying it'll run it for 5 hours. Let's see if we can turn it down. That's off, so let's see what it does on low. That's low there. It's saying 7 hours for low, and then on medium, 6 hours. So let's put 29 watts on medium. So yeah, that's low again. So it's saying, yeah, about 7 hours. So you're going to get about, on high, about 5 hours. That's high there. Medium about 6 hours, and then low you're going to get about 7 hours on this little fan here. So that's high there. All right, now we're about to do the UPS system. We're going to play around with it a little bit. Okay, so I have it plugged in. It's got about another 5 minutes to fully recharge, which has been saying that for quite a while now. I have it plugged into that power strip right there, and then this power strip I'm going to plug into the unit. And I already have the AC power on, and as you can see, it says UPS right there in the top. So we're gonna get this plugged in. And this should run the TV and the Roku. I believe it's the TV and the Roku, definitely the TV. So let me see, we got 20 watts going out. There's 112 watts now, and the TV and the Roku is coming on. So what we're going to do is kill that power that's coming in the back. That strip that's coming in the back, I'm going to kill the power to it. And if all goes well, this TV should stay on and not do anything. So watch the TV, we're going to hit it. Let's see if we can turn it off. All right, so I just killed the power, and as you see, we were running just on the power station now, and just turned it back on. There's no flicker or anything, so we did good there. All right, and I just turned the power back on to this, so now it's kicking back on. I'm gonna do it one other time, so maybe we'll do it one other time. I'll get the TV playing and we'll do it again. Once again, I'm fixing to kill the power strip that goes to the power station, and we're going to be running just on the power station. So right now we have 89 watts going out, still showing 71 watts coming in. We got the TV playing, and now I'm fixing to kill that power strip in the back, and we're going to see what this TV does. So we're going to should be running totally on the power station. Here we go. All right, let's kill it. All right, so we are totally on the power station there. The TV didn't flicker or anything, so it swapped over with no problems. It did a good job of swapping over the UPS system. Just turn the power back on so it'll reconnect. You can see there, now the power's fixing to come back. So the power came back on. Sorry, I got cut off there. I had an alarm going off on my phone. So I'm just gonna let this run for a little while on the UPS, and come back with my final thoughts on the power station and the solar panel, the ALLPowers power station and solar panel. I'll give you my final thoughts on it, in my opinion. All right. Okay, you can see the UPS system is working. It's fully recharged now. It's no longer charging. We have 120 watts going out, nothing coming in, and then once we swap, once the power is killed, it's automatically going to start pulling from the power station. So, all right, so we got it fully recharged and using it as a UPS. Us personally, we use it on our router here, the UPS system, on a smaller power station like this. That way, we lose power, we're still going to have internet connection. So that's all. And then they recommend, ALLPowers recommend not having more than one thing plugged in. I actually have a few things plugged in on that remote strip. but they recommend just having one thing plugged in, whether it be a computer or a TV or something like that. So, all right, so my final verdict, or my final opinion on the ALLPowers power station and solar panel. So the power station is the R600, ALLPowers R600 power station, and the solar panel is the ALLPowers SF-100 solar panel. So yeah, I like them. I mean, I'm surprised on how light it is, the solar panel. And yeah, I know I brought in 75 watts. Sure, I would like to get 100 watts, but 75 watts from, you know, just me messing around with solar panels where I'm at, that's about what I would expect out of a 100 watt solar panel. And it did it, and being so light, and you can just, you know, put it on a van or something. Looks like a great little solar panel to me, and being waterproof. So I would say it's weather resistant. You can just put it up there and not worry about it. Like I know some of the portable solar panels, you know, they're not really meant to be out 24/7, but I wouldn't be worried about this one sitting out. The power station, yeah, it did pretty good. It impressed me. One thing I didn't do on a video is I actually ran a couple window units, and it said it was gonna run those like 45 minutes. It was 5,000 BTUs. I just plugged them in to see if it would do it, and it did it. And you see me do the heater earlier, so that was actually probably pulling more power than those window units. But it ran those with no problems, and it seems like it's a good station. One thing I like about it is it's got 220 watts. I know I couldn't max it out today with the solar panel, but 220 watts of solar coming in this little power station. It's 299 watt hours. You can get it charged up pretty quick. I would say probably 3 hours or so or less. If you got the sun out, you can get this thing charged back up. Although when I was charging it up, when I got to that 99%, and this is when I was doing about a while earlier, it seemed like it was stuck there for an hour, you know, at 99% before it finally got to that 100% fully charged. But yeah, so it did well. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna have in the comments below, I'm gonna have a link to ALLPowers website, and if there's, you know, if you're interested in one of these power stations or the solar panel, you can get on there and check out and see what they got. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, whatever, feel free to ask in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later.